is Esther Umachiku. Today is actually quite special. Remember on Friday we discussed about how we're going to break down the tax reform bill, which is to commence from 2026. A couple of you asked questions as to what does it mean, what does it portend if you're a salary earner, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're running a very small scale business, where are you going to commence from, how would it affect you, what exactly is a tax reform bill? There's so many misconceptions. Others think that the tax reform thing is politicized, and we want to understand how it works, because there's an issue about taxing an economy that is barely staying afloat. If you understand that we're operating a sachet economy, most businesses that are actually going into consumables, that is manufacturing companies that are into consumables, specifically household items, are now going through the sachet process. There is sachet milk, gari and sugar already together. There's sachet vegetable oil. There's sachet detergent. Even sanitary parts, it's now in sachet. They can't sell, the normal way they sell anymore. Everything is now expensive. Do you know that bar soaps for washing or even bathing, they now cut it? That's how they sell it. If you even want to buy yam, you can't buy the entire tuber of yam. They cut it. So it depends on how much you want to buy. It is that bad. So while we are discussing politics, people's lives are seriously affected. And the question is, where is the money going? Sunday Naira was in a very recent interview with Channels Television, where he was telling us where the subsidy removal money was going. And it wasn't so convincing. But we want to give a proper breakdown of what this tax means, how it's going to affect a lot of us. There's actually a comprehensive report on it, but I want to introduce my guest. I'm sure a couple of you know him. He actually comes in the morning via the telephone, analyzing for us in the studio, and that is Mr. Frank Ayala. Mr. Frank, welcome. How are you today? Welcome to the Political Spotlight. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Lawai Kundaira, welcome, sir. How are you? Good evening. And Mr. Tony Mbata, good evening. Thank you for staying with us, and thank you again for your patience. We sincerely do appreciate that. So, welcome to the program, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Mr. Frank, let me start with you. Kindly break down this tax situation for me.
Sorry. Good evening, my dear listener.
Good evening.
Really, at first, we need to put it in a context where we need to understand why there must be tax. Tax, in addition to citizens' right to vote, is an obligation from the citizen to the government. The problem we are having here is because this government, both now and before, has not been accountable to the Nigerian people.
Okay.
That's why the issue of tax is taking a front burner. People are reluctant to pay. People want to ask why.
Okay.
Now, in addition to oil, which all of us believe will raise the money from oil, you just mentioned that Sunday Naira also told us, which whatever he says is also subject to debate in the public space, that the subsidy money is going to also place that some state governors have not been.
Shift
your mic. Come closer, so we can hear you.
That it has not been, the subsidy or money have been, the state governors are now getting more allocation. The question then again, how the governors live up to their expectations? So that is the contentions in issue of paying tax. Tax on its own is not a bad idea.
Okay.
Because the government need funding to meet up their basic responsibility. The government has two major responsibilities: the welfare and the security of the people. Each of these lines come with so much expense. And what are the welfare of the government? What are the welfare the government need to provide for the people? We have the public utility, like the road. As we speak, we have about 273,000 federal kilometer road, which over 60,000 is not motorable. So that alone is a problem to the citizen. So when the citizens on that bad road, you need to ask, what are they using my tax for? Also, don't forget the fact that as of today, the federal government we have civil servants that they are on salary, they are on payroll.
Yeah.
We have over close to about, I cannot really pinpoint the figure now. We have over 80 federal universities. They are lecturers. They are research centers. So, on that, there is a need for cities to pay tax to enable government to meet up their responsibility.
Okay.
Mostly it becomes worse on this part of this current government because they feel they are not accountable to people. That's why somebody will tell us by fiat, without looking at what the book is saying, that subsidy is gone. And they are not able to account for the subsidy removal funding. So now, in June 25th precisely, he signed up a new law called, it was an existing law, it's a reform. That's what I call it, tax reform bill. It's a reform for us to harmonize some of the taxes, like development fee, levy, police trust fund. It was a levy on Nigerian people. You might not pay it directly. The company pay it on your behalf. If a company is to pay such a tax,
if you're working for a company.
If you are working for a company, the company pays, not you.
Not you.
Yes. When the company declare tax, declare profit, there's a portion they make payment. They call it developmental fee, levy. They have another one, educational levy. We have police trust fund. We have educational something. It's 4.
Yeah.
So those 4 were now harmonized together to now form what they call developmental levy.
Okay.
Instead of you paying it separately, now bring it together, which is now 4%.
What I really want you to help us focus on actually is the 4 acts that guide the new tax reform bill. There is the Nigeria Tax Act, the Nigeria Tax Admin Act, Nigeria Revenue Service Act, and Joint Revenue Board Act. So some people are like, what's the essence of the fancy of these names? So before 2026, companies from 25 million naira turnover, 0 tax. Then 25 million and above to 100 million, 20% tax. 100 million naira plus 30% tax. But after this reform, small companies turnover from 100 million naira plus assets, 250 million naira, 0 assets. If you cross that straight to 30%,
yes.
I need to understand what that means. And I'm talking about small scale enterprises, small scale businesses. For example, I have a company. My money is above 1 million. The tax starts counting after 800,000 naira. So my money is now 1 million naira that I have for that my small business. Remember that I'm starting up the business and I'm going to pay 2 or 3 people. But I need to set up a business oriented bank account, not the personal savings account. Now, if my money is 1 million naira in that account, how much is the tax that will be deducted?
Let's go back to when Tinubu were campaigning.
Okay.
He says go to widen the tax net
and reduce the purchasing power.
And reduce the purchasing power of Nigeria. So I don't think he have actually gone out of what he promised to do. He's fulfilling part of his promises. It's going to weaken Nigerian purchasing power and it's going to expand the tax net. How has he expanded the tax net? These are it is. For a small scale business that is the turnover is within, when you have a turnover of 100 million, that 100 million does not belong to you. The profit there could be a margin of 10% if possible. You see where the problem is coming from. When you look at 100 million, people that do a turnover of 100 million, they do not define it, they don't cascade it down. If you do a turnover of 100 million, your profit there might not be up to 5 million naira. Because one, it's possible you are on loan from the bank, you're going to pay for your loan. It's possible the building you use is a rented building. If I thought it's not rented, you need to amortize the expense. There's also possible you have a utility van that is being full, you have a driver.
Exactly, for logistics.
Also, not forget the environment we are. We have some people, we are band A, band B, band C.
Exactly.
That alone is also a discrimination within Nigeria. Don't forget the conscience say there is no discrimination among Nigerians. So this government policies is putting the discrimination between us. So when you look at all those one put together, you now say this person will still pay 30% tax. Okay. So if your profit is 5%, you'll be paying 30%. 30% of that is about 1.5 million naira. Jesus. So he have actually come to weaken Nigerians' purchasing power, as he promised. Now, you ask a question. Nigerian Tax Act. Before now, we have what we call FROIS.
Yes.
Federal Inland Revenue Service.
Yes, FIRS.
Now it's now called Nigerian Tax Administrative Act. The act, the act here is the process of administrations. That is not the body.
That's not
the body is NTA. And the body is Nigerian Revenue Service Act. That is not it's called NROS, Nigerian Revenue Service. That is not the body that replaces FIROS. Then you also ask questions, say Joint Revenue Board. You know, say state has their own internal revenue.
Yes.
Like in Lagos, you know, have LIROS. So that body is the one that going to be connected, that going to be correlated between the state and the federal, because it's on all the law. All the taxes that go to state or go to federal.
Yeah.
But don't forget that we have 3 types of law. We have the concurrent law,
residual.
We have the residual. We have the exclusive. The exclusive, I think, is for the federal government.
Yes.
Which is 62 law. That 62 take issue of police. Anything security fall under the federal government. Trade, electricity, anything that have to do with your oil is a national security issue. Because anything that have to happen to the value chain of oil supply, it creates issues on the economy. That's why it was recently the DSS had to intervene between Dangote and Nupeng. It's a national security issue. It should have to do with your currency. It's a national security issue. So if you look at, then why is the government now say, okay, go to, because there are some law that the states will want to drive. They have to border on national security issue. Like issue or tax of oil. If filling station is in my local government, I'm not going to collect the tax. I have to collect the tax from local government level. But the government is saying no. That's why I introduced what called 5% VAT.
But they're telling us now that until the expedition of the finance minister, until he gives an approval, before it can be implemented.
That is where they also need to deceive Nigerians. For me, I think I see a deceit from the government. If you must do a law, make the law be holistic. Do not subject the law to an individual.
They said that tax has actually been on. It's not just coming in, but it was not really, it was residual, it was not effective. My question is, if that is implemented by January, if I go to the filling station to buy 10 liters of petrol, which a couple of people have been doing now, they don't really buy petrol in bulk. That means they're going to remove out of, when I pay, I'm going to pay more than...
Let's not go far. Let me use myself as a case study. I buy fuel of 45,000 every Sunday. So I just bought. From January, every 45,000 fuel I buy, I'm going to be paying 2,250 extra to the government. If it happen
for one person,
one vehicle that has a capacity of my kind of car, that means in a month I'll be giving government 10,000, about 10,000 naira. In a year, I'll be giving government about 120,000 naira. Then again, that weaken my purchasing power.
Exactly.
Issue of petroleum tax, 5% petroleum consumption tax is not new. Because of the motive, what it ought to be used for. That is where they need to maintain our road. It's strictly for the maintenance of the federal road. Strictly. But are they maintaining the road now? Because since there's no accountability to the Nigerian people, that's why one person could issue a letter to authorizing people to award a 15 trillion naira contract Lagos Calabar coastal line. There was no bidding. There was no submission. There was no quoting. That is where the issue of people not wanting to pay tax. Sorry to digress. Or is it Thursday? Wike was on the air.
Yes.
Very embarrassing. Told the whole world that if he asks Fubara for 20 billion naira every month to maintain a political structure, it's not a crime. That's how our taxes are going.
He said a lot now, where he also accused an inspector general of police, an army general, of being a murderer. And that one said that Wike actually offered him billions to compromise the reverse election. General Jamil, Sarham.
This is where the issue of people not wanting to pay tax on its own is not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. It's easy for them to compare also, UK they pay this, in US they pay this. But I can also bet you in the UK, my car don't need to get damaged because of bad road. So, coming back to what this government have done to Nigeria, as he promised us, he's going to widen the tax net, he's going to reduce the purchasing power of Nigeria. Me as in person now, from January to December next year, the government is taking 100,000 naira from me.
Minus the normal tax.
That is one. Then, when you collect my pay as you earn in the office, you remit to government, am I correct? Then again, there's another 120,000 I'm going to pay. Don't also forget that the consumption tax is still there from the eateries, people that supply food. The VAT is there. If my car got damaged because of the bad road, I go to Ladipo to go and buy parts. The person will also put VAT again. The mechanic is waiting for me. So in all this, why would this man want to tax life out of Nigerians? That's a question you need to ask. You need to answer. Because what they told us, what the APC watchdog, the media brokers, what they told us was the North was refusing the tax reform bill because of VAT. That was the lie they told us. Making the whole world to be like it was only tax. Oh, they don't drink alcohol. They want to be doing a tax. Want to be doing this. That was a lie. And I can bet you the SAT is going to burn the brunt. Why? The trailer that bring food from the North, that is going to buy diesel, and they're going to be charging 5%. Imagine a diesel that have about 500 liter capacity that will buy close to about 200,000 naira fuel. 5% is 10,000 naira.
I remember
If
they're
he
going to
put it-
sort out some
like
persons on the
20,000.
road.
Like
Then
that's
remember,
20 that's
they'll sort out some
20,000.
persons on the road with insecurity coupled. They'll
Then-
pay for all of that.
Then if that person pay extra 20,000 naira, then is he going to sell the food for you for free? So when you look at the competition so far, you discover that Tinubu and his team who celebrate inflation coming down to 20.12, 20.112 have definitely increased our inflation trend with about 28% by next year. That's the implications. And Naira might even get more disvalued because there's going to be more money in the system. I'll be purchasing for few goods.
So we will have more money to spend.
Yes, because people will need to accumulate
There'll be
more money.
money to spend.
If the people go to accumulate more money, there's going to be more corruption.
Okay.
Because people will need to get money that they never work for because they need plenty of money to buy a bag of rice. So these are the issues. The tax on its own is not a bad idea. The accountability, the framework
Is the issue.
for Nigeria to monitor what they are doing with our taxes is the issue.
Because I heard that in the foreign countries like the UK, each person actually gets a breakdown of how much their taxes use, what sector
Of the tax go, but in Nigeria, nobody,
It's not the same thing.
any attempt to ask questions, they will tag you the enemy of the government.
I want us to actually listen to this. It's quite imperative that we do, because I was actually speaking with somebody yesterday about what this implies. It's a very scary situation. I don't know what to think about it, but I'm very certain that this will help us contextualize the state Nigeria is right now on our economy, because there are talks that Nigerian economy is heavily politicized. The administration on how to utilize the economy to benefit the lives of people, entrepreneurs, manufacturers, even investors, is not what is being looked into. It is the politicization of the process. So let's listen to this. Maybe we can get context, actually. Please hold on.
That you're opposed to debt relief for impoverished.
Poor countries can never repay their loans.
Senator, are you saying that you're opposed to debt relief for impoverished countries?
No, we should forgive the debts, but that's not going to help those countries very much.
Okay. What will?
Tax cuts. Some African tax rates are the highest in the world. In Tanzania, the 30% rate kicks in at $475 of income. Plus, they have a 20% value-added tax. It gets added to everything you buy. Those high tax rates make it impossible to build capital in those countries. So nothing gets built, not factories, not roads, not anything. Poor African countries have the lowest wage workers in the world. And yet a company like Nike, for instance, can't put a factory in one of those countries because of the oppressive tax rates. Taxes have killed any possibility of economic development. They killed any hope of these countries ever helping themselves. And that leaves them completely at the mercy of charity and loans. And here's the worst part. You know why those countries have such high tax rates? Because of us. To show us that they can raise enough money to pay back their loans. But taxes can't raise any money if they kill the economies. So it turns out that the tragic, unintended consequence of our good intentions toward Africa, our kindness, is that we have encouraged those countries to lock themselves into a gruesome economic depression. If we don't urge those countries to cut their tax rates, they will never grow their economies. People will live lifetimes of unemployment. Disease will be rampant, poverty will be permanent, and children will be hungry. And our charity will never be enough. Never.
So this was a U.S. senator. They were deliberating. Remember that Donald Trump has actually implemented some tax cuts, specifically as aids through NGOs to some African countries. And a lot of people were berating. Even cases were filed at the court that why would he do that? Most African countries, even in Pakistan, India, they actually rely on some of the funds that come from these aids. But there are some pertinent things that he said. That yes, tax is good, but not for economies that are literally trying to survive. You're taxing certain persons, or you're taxing an economy that is literally barely staying afloat. So when you keep on taxing, how do you get a purchasing power? One, that's two. Two, what is the remuneration? How long is this tax going to be? What is the soft pedal going to be like? Have you even looked at the income of one person per month to even say that, okay, if you're going to exonerate some persons who are not earning up to a certain amount of money, Even those that are earning that amount of money, who says that that money is enough for them to pay such tax? You have rents, there is education, there is social welfare, there is clothing, there is feeding. All this will be impacted once this tax begins.
Esther, do not go too far. In 2015, 2014, 2015, Nigeria was the best growing economy in Africa with a GDP of 574 billion USD. Please fast check me. As of today, we have less than 250 billion. What has happened to the other 300 billion? This is where they said our economy is struggling. Practical terms. While our national income, national wage was 18,000 naira, dollar exchange rate was 165 naira. If you divide 18,000 by 165 naira, it gives you close to about $100. If you divide 18,000 naira by 165 naira per dollar, it gives you close to about $100. Today, our minimum wage is $70. If you divide it by $1,500, it gives you close to about $41. This is where they said over 63% of Nigerians are living below poverty line. What is poverty line? World standard. If you live below $2 for a day, you are poor.
And that's what
you are below poverty. If your minimum wage is $41, that means every civil servant in Nigeria, they are poor. So this is the figure. Then, why did they say Nigerian economy is being politicized? If you watch your CPI, Consumer Price Index, that is normally about 4 products that have to do with inflation, urban inflation, transport inflations, urban inflations, and food inflation. But Tinubu expand it, bringing some useless product to make it CPI. Those products are what we cannot decide on the air. Yes. I will measure it on the air. Because it will be a disgrace to the world that such product was brought into the CPI.
What products, sir? Please mention it. There's nothing wrong.
Esther, we will measure it on the
Why?
air.
Why wouldn't you mention it?
We will not want to encourage such product on the street because it's already taking effect on our youths.
Oh, no.
Visit hospitals. You see what is happening to our boys' kidneys and heart failures.
I get what you're referring to
So,
now.
just for
it's
a government,
included.
yes, it's included in your CPI. Please go and Google it. That's why they got the latest inflation that says 22%. Please fast check me.
So it's
So inflation was actually 34% because they wanted to bring in some figure that will make the whole. This is the danger this government is creating that is not aware of. When people are reason to question your database, nobody will take a decision for your best, for your good. When people does not trust the data that are coming up from the government circle, there's a serious problem. This is where the problem. That's why today people don't want to bring. They are talking of foreign inflow, foreign direct inflow. Those are paper money that come to your Nigerian stock market that does not reflect on the street. Your stock exchange is growing, but factories are not growing. People are rather selling off their factory because of cost of operations to put the money in Treasury B. It was even worse that Treasury B will get to as much as 21%. The worst in the world. So if you look at all this, you now ask yourself, how do we get here? You remove subsidy from fuel. The Nigerians are struggling. You now want to introduce a tax on it.
I'm not.
That is double. You are double bleeding in Nigerian economy.
You know that 2 days ago, APC National Youth Leader put out a tweet to appoint special assistant on propaganda affairs across geopolitical zones, as well as set up positive propaganda units at the youth house. They're beginning to scout amid identifications of brilliant young minds as the youth ring prepares for 2027 re-election of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
With this, do you think
asking, do you have what it takes? Are you committed to progressive ideals? Do you believe in President Bola Tinubu? Then send your profile and a short video of you in action, or your write-up with a cover letter. They put the link there. An agent of positive propaganda. I couldn't comprehend it.
Because
the man's name is Naira Israel.
No.
And people were asking him, the fellow supporters of this administration were saying, Dayo, bring this tweet down. And he defended it by saying there's positive propaganda. Went on to Google to bring out several quotes of what positive propaganda is, that it was utilized during the general elections in the US that was just concluded and brought back to Donald Trump. And you're like, is this what you're relying on? Positive propaganda to flood the algorithm, the digital media space with false information and data, just to make it seem like the president is really doing
this is where the problem lies. See, when the world realize that you lie on your database, nobody want to work with it. Nobody want to work with your database. Fortunately, I'm from the financial side of it. When somebody approach you for an OD, you have a reason to double check all the documents we submit to you. Because we have what we call the structural defect in Nigeria, where there is no structure to hold people accountable. That is what this government have come to enhance. We all know a case that went to Supreme Court. We also know how Supreme Court decided that case. We know the effect of in profile. It's a profile. People that have that kind of profile, which we cannot mention on head now, people that have that kind of profile, you should imagine what they would do on the street. So I think I'm used to our president propaganda lifestyle. Yeah, it's happened in Lagos. He built Lagos. The hospital he built in Lagos, he cannot attend such hospital. And one person will tell me, say he built Lagos. The house he built, he cannot stay there. They use Lagos. So for me, it's not a bad idea to pay tax. It's not a bad idea. Let's not misunderstand that.
Okay.
But the ability, the accountability for them to tell us what they are doing with our tax is the issue. And the adamant effect, the effect of wrong taxations. Because I see this as wrong taxations. Because if you also look at your book, introduce what they call CGT, capital gain tax. It's for people that are in the real estate and the stock market. Before now, when you sell or sold any house, you pay 10%. But this new tax reform, you say you're going to pay 30%. What does that also tell you? It's going to increase the cost of people living in the house. It's going to increase rentage.
There's already a housing crisis.
There's already a housing crisis. We have about 17 million housing deficit. Hey. So the few that is there, you are fortifying their real value. That's what this tax is saying. You are fortifying. You are forced valuing the house.
So with this, by next year, air tickets will get increased.
It's already increasing. When you buy your air ticket, please look at the breakdown of before they get the total figure. Your air ticket that costs you about 150,000 is actually about 72,000. Other ones are taxes, and it's going to increase because this 5% also going to go for aviation fuel.
Yes, aviation fuel, true.
So if you are paying 200,000 for an aviation, please put additional 5%. And I trust the airline, they're not going to do 5%, they will do like 8 or 9%. So put 10%. So an air ticket that's already cost you 200 plus additional 10%, that's 20,000.
But why are they not seeing the effect this will have on the
they won't see the effect on the average Nigerian because you see the Bible say when the wicked rule, the people gnash their teeth.
Okay, so if they eventually implement this, they will
it's
borrow.
A law.
They will borrow from the IMF.
Esther,
they will borrow from the
it's
World
a
Bank.
law. It must be implemented. If you refuse to implement it, it will be it's subject to evaluated the constitution. It's
They
a
will
law.
tell people to get a TIN registration on your bank account or something. That is to ensure that you pay taxes. So as your money is entering, they are deducting it already.
In 2017, Buhari, he also do this tax reform in 2017. Buhari signed something. That's what bring your stamp duty.
Yes.
That is 5% in every 10,000 you put in. This tax law it's a law. If the bank waste time, they will revoke their certificate. It's a law. This one is a law. It's not by emotion, it's a law. So when you pay and say they give federal government 14 days, I look at the foolishness of those guys sitting down there. Because the process of law, before they could harmonize it, but both House of Assembly, you were there, what were you looking? The president have signed it. For them to expunge any part of that law, they need to do what's called repeal. We need to repeal the law. And it take you not less minimum of about 1.5 years, if possible. So if Tinubu did not implement it by January, except you want to use, say he used the fiat. He does not have respect for rule of law.
Like he
except he want to also bend it. It's a law, he must implement it. Paying tax is not the problem at all. I encourage everybody to pay their tax in line with the details of the law. But the government should tell us what are they doing with the tax. Well, as we speak, universities are going on strike. Thank God, resident doctor in Abuja have called up their strike. Do you know how many people die within that process? So these are the issues.
Well, we're still going to discuss this because I know that there is still more for us to comprehend, especially for small-scale business owners. A couple of people are trying to...
The operational expense is going to jump up.
But, sir, what happened to that inland revenue service of each state? Will it still continue?
It's still there. It's still there because there are some taxes that go straight to the local government, like land use charge. It's for the states.
The state collect this income tax.
Income tax, yes.
Like Lagos, LIRO.
Pay as you earn.
Yes. Is it going to still be?
It's still with them.
Everything
It's still with them.
It's still
with the state of resident. That was the issue Lagos State was having.
And this NROS will still be going on again.
Yes, it's still there. It didn't scrap the state power to collect their taxes.
So that is
These are federal taxes. That's
the multiple taxes are still there now.
Mr. Frank, let's just Mr. Tony Mbata. There's a revelation by a Jamil Sarham. He was a then general officer commanding 6th Division of the Nigerian Army. He recently disclosed that Wike offered him billions of naira in a bribe to compromise the 2019 governorship election in the state. Now, Wike is now the FCT minister. In a recent interview, he said that the top army officer once ordered him to be shot while he was governor. He called that man a murderer. He explained that during his tenure, General Sarham directed a colonel to shoot him. According to Wike, the colonel refused to obey the order, and as a result, General Sarham detained the officer for 6 months. While Wike was saying that one, General Sarham came out to say his own. So, again, this is not the first time we're hearing about this. Tony Okocha has told us how they mutilated the elections in 2023, how they did it. Omoyele Sowore released an audio of Wike ordering persons to inflate elections in 2023 general elections.
Or he will kill the person.
Or he will kill the person. So right now, Omoyele Sowore has actually sued the Florida state government, precisely, yes, telling them about the detail. Petitioned the Florida Attorney General over 3 properties allegedly linked to the FCT Minister Wike, which was bought by laundered public funds. I'm waiting for Larry Linker to respond to this. And Sowore has continued brazenly. It's like he has their secrets in his palm. So he's daring them, let me see what else you want to do. Others say that his case is piling up and that possibly his life could be in danger because he's going too far. But my question is this: if we're having all of this being said, this general saying what he's saying, is everywhere going to be mute? Nobody's going to investigate it.
You see, Esther, when you see what is happening in Nigeria today, you ask yourself, are we in a banana republic? Are we in a country called Nigeria? Because when you look at other countries of the world, some of these people cannot even be local government councillor. They cannot. Because most of them, you ask yourself, like my brother said, the Bible says, when a righteous man is on the throne, people rejoice.
Yes.
But when a wicked man is there, people will garnish their teeth. You ask yourself, these people, are they human beings or are they monsters that are put themselves there? But you find out that Nigerians, I still blame Nigerians. Because before I don't blame Nigerians, so I thought that this is what we can, the system can help us to do it. But after deep thinking, deep meditation, I found out that Nigerians, we are too docile, we are too relaxing, we too believe I don't care attitude. You see, what is happening in Nigerian politics is that they will come and they force us to vote for them, and only for them to tell us that only them will enjoy while we are looking at them. They will enjoy with our money. You look at them.
But these are glaring allegations.
What I'm saying is that what we are saying here, the revelation we are putting out there for people to listen, it's enough for people to say enough is enough. Sovereignty belongs to which people? You and I. An Indian man asked me, I've told you this time with that number. He called me and said, Tony, sovereignty belongs to which people? I thought that he want to mock me with elementary government. I said, why are you telling me? He said, answer me. I said, people. He said, except the Nigerian people wake up from their slumber. Okay. Things will continue. Like people like Wike will keep making noise. People like Wike that cannot even come out where reasonable people are supposed to be will still be at the helm of our affairs. You see lunatic like Obi will tell you, say when a lunatic take over affairs of a country, what will happen? You will see everything will go awkward. So this is a high time Nigerians should start coming out and say, no, not only by talking, not only by staying in your house, because I said it, you can eat 3 square meal a day. You think that everything is okay. If you thought, they say, others are doing it, and they see Nigerian thing is their thing. Look at what happened in River State. Somebody will tell you that if you ask a governor to give him so billion, it's not an offense. And somebody will tell,
is the audacity.
Audacity. And you see what they do. I've been with this guy.
Theirs to take.
I've been with this guy. These politicians, they are afraid. But what they do is that all that fear theory I keep telling you guys.
You said the politicians are afraid?
They are afraid. What they will do, they will put in something. And look at the reaction of people. And they will tell the police, I have been with these people.
Mr. Tony
but because Nigerians,
you heard what Wike said on national television, and you said they are afraid. Wike that is telling you nothing will happen to him.
Let me tell you, these things are something they put, it's a defensive mechanism. I know them. But because Nigerians are not reacting, because Nigerians
what do you want Nigerians to do?
You need to protest.
You know
it's
what?
not offense. You need to
I'm
say
sorry.
no.
Yes, when Wike comes on national television to make such a statement, says a former army general is a murderer. The supposed murderer now accuses him of, billions being sent. Now, who is supposed to come investigate this? Is it not the EFCC?
Is it the same government that kill us in NSAS? That want to investigate Wike?
Who employed these people, both Wike and...
No, you are saying that Nigerians are not reacting. No, when the institution that is meant to be responsible...
That's why we have civil society group.
No, civil society group?
We have, yes.
What is
Mr. Tony,
what is the automatic reaction of the financial institution about this?
How do you call it? He said social what?
Social.
You just mentioned.
You said CSOs.
CSO was long dead.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Mr. Tony, where I'm arguing with you here is when you said Nigerians are docile.
Yes.
It's such a glaring statement is made like that. Mr. Frank, tell me please, what institution is meant to kick off by investigation?
I will answer that.
Let me say this.
I will answer that question with one thing. Sorry, one thing. I will answer that question in one thing. This same question you are asking me is the answer is already going on in France at the moment. The answer to that question
Nepal is also going on in Nepal.
It happened in Nepal. It happened in France. It happened in Kenya. In France, it's going on.
Arab Spring.
It's going on in UK when Trump went to UK to visit the king. The answer is already there. You see people coming out to protest against some policies of Trump. But here, you are always with excuses. The reason why you should not.
Sorry,
let me land.
Don't say you are inciting. Yes, don't say you are inciting that you want to go against the president.
Let me say this. You are talking about Nigerian masses. They can do. What about Showore that is doing all these things? It's not a single person.
Or maybe Natasha.
Or Natasha. When Ganifa Yemi was doing it, you see, because you are here, when they call you now, you won't say, no, I'm working. You are afraid to die. We are afraid to die. That's why we are dying.
Who is going to?
We are afraid to die. That's why we are dying.
Mr. Tony, I think I study economics.
I study economics too.
If you read Kamas, that Jama philosopher, he said any country that tends towards religion has these two major problems: poverty and corruption. Please quote me. Any country that tends towards religion,
and it's true,
has this major problem:
and it's true,
poverty and corruption. Then the corruption in Nigerian case has really gone further to break us into ethnicity.
I'm telling you, man.
Today, Tinubu is from the southwest. Whatever you are saying now, the southwest is seeing it as if it's my brother.
My brother.
If tomorrow a north enter there, you see where the problem is coming from. Now let's go back to the question he asked. Nigerians, for me, we are not docile.
Okay.
It's unfortunate that people like Wike already have their time up. There was a time in this country where we called Daniel Kanu. Remember, 3-month march for Abacha. You remember? Today, where is Daniel Kanu? Transformation agenda of Nigerian Jonathan by Andy Uba. Ifan Uba. May so rest in peace. You see, people like Wike can come out today to brag. One thing I know very well. Wike is already a drowning person. who want to put the hand to put, because if Wike could come out to tell the whole world, that means I imagine the looting must have looted the state for 8 years.
Can imagine.
What was the problem between him and Fubara? Fubara said in first on 2-3 months he declared 28 billion monthly IGRO, and for 8 years Wike we are declaring 11 billion. That means somebody were doing away with some figures, which would also does not have empirical evidence to prove. But looking at two of the comments, looking at the summation he mentioned in national television, that if he asks Fubara to give it 20 billion to maintain his political structure, there's nothing bad about it. That tells you the kind of people who have find themselves in the middle of power.
Mr. Frank, you saw what happened when Fubara came back. The kind of people that came out to welcome him. And these are the people that said, if anything happened to Fubara, we are going to do this. And as soon as illegally the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria declared that state of emergency, they could not talk again. See,
some of
the
them
problem,
protesting
how many days? How many days? What protest?
But
look at Arab Spring.
It was not
how many
sustainable.
days?
They
So
couldn't sustain
Nigerians,
it.
we are afraid to die, and we are dying. We are afraid to quote me. We are afraid to die. We are dying, and we will die more until when we wake up. It's not by saying this. How many people police will shoot?
Mr. Tony,
I told you that people will die for the country to be good.
Unfortunately, let me quote this our president.
Have people not died enough?
In 2014,
the one we are dying, sorry sir, the one we are dying is a miserable death. It's better you die honorably by saying no to this injustice, by saying no to these monsters.
Mr. Tony, in 2014, let me quote the APC in opposition. Tinubu was in Ogbomoso, Lautech. Fortunately, it was my school. Let's say he was the chancellor of Lautech. He said, any attempt for Jonathan to rig election, he will be roasted. That was his comment.
See?
In 2014.
Yes.
If you say that now, your DSS will swipe
He
you.
said that.
How many are they going to
That is the reality.
Esther,
You
wait.
cannot say anything like this government of the day.
Esther, wait.
Let us go
Esther,
and
wait.
be there.
Mr. Tony, you cannot say such
Esther,
things
wait.
now.
I am ready. I'll be saying it.
Esther,
You are
wait.
ready, you go,
Esther, wait.
sir.
Esther, wait.
We are not going
Then, can we also go to Lai Mohammed? Lai
Mohammed, yes.
Our elder brother from Kwara State. Can we also go to what the
What
Erufa,
about Buhari?
Buhari that said the blood, the babu.
Baboon.
So if you look at these
Erufa
people, you know that they are very violent people. Because they are violent, Nigeria don't need to be violent with them.
Let me give
That
you
is
an
my
adage in
submission.
Igbo language.
You know why I said sorry,
Okay.
You know why I said that? Two wrong cannot make a right. Nigeria is our country. Over time, thank God all these people we have mentioned, they are above 60. They already have their date with God. Buhari left power in less than 2 years. May so rest in peace. People will say, don't say something about the bed. I will never in this world celebrate Buhari. In short, Buhari was a disaster.
I don't even know why.
Tinubu is more disastrous.
He keeps praising him. I don't know why.
He told you that he will start where you are.
I don't know why.
Because Tinubu also said it will start from where Buhari stopped.
I thought it was just semantics.
So if Buhari have dropped us in 1960, Tinubu is going to take us to 1930. That is what that word is meaning. How? If purchasing power of Nigeria is being shrink on daily basis, poverty is increasing. Look at World Bank recently. 3 million Nigerians are streaking into poverty every month. What that means? In the next 4 months, 12 million people will go into poverty. If you say 12 million people, that means 12 families that have average of 2 or 3 children. Then again, if poverty becomes the order of the day, the raw material for insecurity becomes the issue of the day. Because the poverty that produces crime.
I'm telling you.
That means the government is pruning raw material for insecurity.
Did you see the recent terrorists? If you're watching us on YouTube, there was a terrorist addressing community members.
On the national television?
No, that one is a different one. This one is another terrorist. If you're watching us on YouTube, you're going to see the video of this man addressing a group of persons, the security, the religious leaders, the community members. And guess what he was telling them? He was telling them in Hausa that if they decide, just because they want to supposedly down their tools, when I mean downing their tools, not in a literal sense, so they are going to free the hostages, they're no longer going to kill the community members. But if they dare to say they want to take them off, kill them off, that more of their groups will come up and they will clear out those communities. They brazenly said so. They were wielding their AK-47 rifles. They had their magazines. They had everything with them. And guess what? After those guys came, these are guys that were accompanied by the Nigerian military in terms of the peace deal. After they said what they said and released some of the victims that were with them, they went back with their arms. I thought that if it's a peace deal, you're supposed to down your tools, drop your weapons.
You know why they cannot down their tools? Do you listen to Baraje? That's my elder statesman from Kwara State when he did 70 years birthday. There was an open convention that Nigeria are not taking note of. He said Buhari, it was very clear. And the then APC leaders brought in 60,000 militia from African countries.
Imagine.
In preparation for 2015. In case Jonathan rig election, they are rigging the quote is if Jonathan win election. So when Jonathan came out to say his ambition does not want the blood of a Nigerian, that's where Jonathan get that thing from. They dumped them in various bushes. Now they now win an election. They didn't go back to go and maintain those people. Somebody will give gun and is hungry. There must be issue. I went to Northwest while I was in my former office. I was leaving Zamfara to Katsina. I went to Futua, Kankara. That schools they picked those children. We were stopped for the boundary to pass.
Hold on. What? Who stopped you?
The checking points.
They stopped you at the checking
Nigerian
points.
police, Nigerian security agent. I don't want to mention the particular security agent. You know, before Kankara, there's a sugarcane market. There was this road that bandits were passing with
the
bike.
Bandits were passing with their bike.
More than 1,000, 2,000 people were passing. And somebody stopped us for them to pass. We were inside the car. Esther, our art was here.
Jesus.
And somebody come and tell me that government does not know that they doesn't know where those guys is.
They know. We have
Insecurity in the north is becoming a business for the northerners. It's a big business.
even in the east.
If you listen to Buratai, he said Nigeria cannot defeat insecurity for the next 20 years before he was taken to go and be ambassador to Togo by Buhari.
Buratai was recently with the president.
Buratai was the purchasing officer while Dasuki was the national security advisor. Dasuki was being probed. What happened to Buratai was being given a general to head the Nigerian army. So I sympathize with our president. Whether we like it or not, how he get to the office today, nobody has that question. But as of today, is the president, is the father of the nation, and I will appeal to him to look at this insecurity of a thing. Because if he thought they've used it against Jonathan to remove Jonathan, they will use it against him. That's what we are already seeing.
Is he afraid?
The president will not. President don't ought to be afraid of anybody.
That's what I want
He's
to
the father of the nation. He controls the armor of the nation.
Security briefings. He gets security
something
briefings.
They are using against him. To me,
they are already using it against him.
No. They are not using it against him. If you look at the processes of what is happening, it's quite that it's like the government and these people are working together. That's the way I see it. That's the way, because one thing is this.
Can you remember when the president traveled to Rome? Before he traveled to Rome, he had a security meeting with the chief of defense staff.
Yes.
They give him briefings. My question is, with these briefings, what is there to say? I am giving you 1 month. I must not hear of these guys continuing. Do you know the budgets that they use, the money they give them to acquire weapons to fight these guys?
Esther,
let me
Did you hear what the Zamfara state governor said, that he knows where they are?
Let me just land on this to see. The government has two major responsibility: the security and the welfare of the people. I think for me, this is my appeal to the president. It might not be my person, but today is our president.
There's nothing we can do
you
about
don't
it.
insult the president
At
as
all.
long as he's in that office. If you must have a change of government, we need to wait for 4 years. Thank God now we have about 1 year and 7 months. We are just waiting. We are just counting for us to quickly go to the field and cast our vote. If only Yakubu
It will not be Mark.
we make it to count.
It's not
And
going
no,
to be
that office
Yakubu.
belongs to Yakubu. If Yakubu is not going to go with it,
No, what I mean
What
is,
if it's extended? Have you forgotten?
and Yakubu could extend it. Because
As
for
in-
a
Yakubu could
man,
extend it,
for
but
a
the
man that
president
doesn't have
can
a
extend
shame that went to Chartered House, say the game changer is Arab, and came out and said it was a technical glitch. Today, no
No,
IT
it's not
word,
required.
no IT department are able to define what the technical glitch is. So if Yakubu did not extend his office, let's just peacefully wait. Let's see how he navigates the nation. We know if he does not implement these tasks, it's already a crime. He will implement it. So they should just keep looting Nigeria because we are already seeing looting. How? For a president that said we should be patient to tighten our belt, he went to buy a jumbo aircraft. Esther, Boeing 737 to fly that aircraft for 1 hour. Our president have traveled for more than 50 times in less than 3 years.
2 years.
Obasanjo traveled about 38 times.
47
for 8 years.
Trips.
For 8 years. Obasanjo traveled about 38 times in 8 years. Jonathan traveled 32 times in 5 years.
In 5 years.
Buhari traveled 28 times in 8 years. You know that Buhari stay long. He could go and stay 3 months. Tinubu have traveled 47 times in less than 3 years. In 2 years. Then you now ask him, our president, how many of the foreign nations where you are going? Do you know what also really annoyed me recently? Tinubu went to one of the European countries. The president traveled out. He was in Egypt. The president left your country, left Nigeria, was coming to meet you for working days. He was in Egypt. That means, Esther, if you are coming to my house and I travel, did I need you? I think I will also advise our president to sit down to look at the books and do what Nigeria want. What do we need at this conjunction?
Is that why
we need 4 things.
Don't go for hunger?
We need 4 things, Esther.
Often.
We need 4 things. If you give Nigeria these 4 things, nobody have. I don't care who's in Aso Rock. What do we need? We need an affordable medical health care facility. We need qualitative and affordable educations. We need secure environment for us to do our business.
That's all.
Is it too hard for Nigerians to demand?
That's all.
We need a safe environment to do our business.
That's all.
For a man that is going to take food from Benue down to Lagos, as a century Lagos in beggar, those guys that carry stick there, they are demanding for agricultural tax. Lagos have an agricultural tax in their book. Where is the agricultural farm? Where is the farm? So is this 14 too difficult for Nigerians to ask? Secure environment for us to do our business. We will pay your tax, but give us the security. If in case we are sick, we are under the nature, we should have a medical facility that is qualitative, that is affordable. We need good education. Is this one? Government data should be clean for us to do analysis and take a financial position.
Exactly.
Is it difficult for us to ask?
I don't understand. Yeah, the government aids keeps politicizing. Daniel Bola is actually explaining.
Please don't just go to Ebola. That one.
Instead of Vice President Atiku
In short,
Abubakar. I want you to let's take a listen back to Daniel Bola.
What is even Wike doing? His minister is speaking for the president. Have you
The
forgotten
former
that?
MD of Alpha Beta has lodged a petition in the EFCC for the investigation of Asiwaju. There have been petitions raised to this fact that Asiwaju during his time in Lagos, he removed Mamora, who was a very successful senator, and put his wife there. His son took charge of the control of the billboard management. His daughter became the Iyaloja of Lagos. His wife became the supplier of the diesel in Lagos. He turned Alpha Beta, his own company, to become the tax collection machinery of Lagos. That's one. 3 days ago in Kano, Maokwe, the daughter of Asiwaju took 10 million naira cash, dropped it on the floor. It is on video where they took it and they were sharing. Can somebody define money laundering for me, please? Now, there is even an investigative journalist.
Do you have that video?
I will forward it to you. I have it. It's circulated. Raw video. Have you not seen the video, sir? Raw video.
You have the video. You have her on video dropping the money in cash?
The fellow that she visited was speaking on microphone in a language understood by all, and he told them, the daughter of, as well, she even called her His Excellency, and I have no recollection whether she has ever been the governor or wife of a governor. He said, Her Excellency brought 10 million naira cash for me here, but I am going to take 1 million and 9 million, I will share it. Can they bring the money? They took the Ghana must go there raw in the presence of people.
It was on the video.
That is called
money
laundering.
Mr. Bola, are you relying on a third party to say that was actually 10 million naira?
You could see it.
Who proved it was 10 million naira?
The video showed the money. I'm not talking of perception.
Yeah.
The video, money.
Anything can happen. There could be paper underneath and money on top. How
You think that Iyalo.
So the question now is this. This is Daniel Bola speaking on behalf of Atiku at the time against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, During a podcast, Bola said his choice is based on how both leaders and their allies treat people. He said he described Tinubu as those around him being more tolerant and accommodating. According to him, he says, I will tell you one thing that distinguishes Asiwaju from Atiku. When I left Asiwaju and joined PDP, all the people around Asiwaju throughout the campaign, as boisterous as the campaign was, were in good relationship with them. So while he was in PDP, he was in a good relationship with them. He then praised Sheyi Tinubu and Gbajabiamila, James Faleke, Babajide Benson and others for maintaining friendship with him. And that's one of the reasons. He said he accused Atiku's camp of reacting harshly when he left. But when he left APC, they didn't react harshly to him. That was why it was easy for him to come back to work with the president. So classic coming back to eat your vomit and praising why you're coming back to eat your vomit. But the situation is this. Do you think that the president is not surrounded by persons who tell him the truth?
Now, on this, I think Tinubu is a Democrat.
Okay.
I agree. But the kind of democracy has practiced over time is also to deceive Nigerians. Tinubu is the most accommodating.
Sir, please, President Tinubu.
Our president. Our president today is one of the most accommodating Nigerians. No matter you abuse him and insult him. I remember during Buhari, our former president, he arrested somebody that named his dog Buhari.
Okay.
You remember it was on social media. I don't think with all the insult we have insulted Tinubu now, if you show that say Tinubu was a criminal, the matter is being addressed through the court. He has not been arrested. So for me, I think I will give it to him. That is not to say that Buala is somebody we should listen to. Somebody that Buala have no job. He's hungry. Do you know Buala is from Borno State? He's from the northwest.
So that's why he's hungry.
He's hungry because he doesn't have a job. If you have a job, he said all sort of unprintable words against our current president.
A lot.
A lot. Issue of that drug issue, it was in the floor. No, I'm even coming. No, Wike, we also know that Wike is also a political jobbers that want to be secure. You just remember somebody once told us, Fan Uba, that when somebody left CBN governor, he came to a meeting that he want to become governor for him to enable have immunity to cover those shenanigans he must have done in CBN. That's what they do. But for Buala, who says he's a lawyer, who know the words, who know the power of using some pretty words against someone that was coming as a president, then he was not a president.
Okay.
But now he's a president. So for me, Buala is not somebody to be taken serious. Because today, Tinubu is in power. If tomorrow somebody has become a president, I won't be surprised if he also switch an allegiance. He also have the reasons to switch an allegiance. So for me, for those things he said about Tinubu, were they lies?
No,
the answer is no.
We should ask him now. Now
has he retracted those statements?
Maybe
he has not.
He has done it in secret. Otherwise, the president wouldn't have given an appointment. I think the president.
No, to know our president for who I know, he want to go to his enemy camp. That's what making who he is. Our current president today, in as much as he don't lie on certain group of people, but he give them commissioner in Lagos. The same people that the ones who can no longer trust all these people. But Tinubu work with them as a commissioner. Our president want to go into your camp. I won't be surprised if he give Atiku daughter appointment tomorrow. So that is who he is. So for me, that's why since he's a Democrat, he also know what he have. He once called Jonathan a drunken fisherman. Under his watch in Osun, a casket was brought out and president they were written there was in the Osun. Adegbeshola today that is not struggling to get Tinubu out of office said, we don't need good law, we need good government. Unfortunately, he was Minister for Internal Affairs. For 8 years, he couldn't rectify our problem, his passport. These are the jokers.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take your reaction. We have a few minutes to go. The number to call is 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. Okay, and the WhatsApp number, I think I'm seeing a couple of your messages, is 0817-1756-338. Please make your responses as short as possible. Okay. Hello, good evening. How are you? Welcome to the conversation. What's your name, please? Good evening.
Yeah, Mr. Tony Mbata, good evening, sir, and Mr. Kuntayo.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, and our other guest.
Frank, welcome. Thank
yes,
you.
you're all welcome, yeah. Thanks for your good analysis. Esther,
Sir?
please, first of all, my name is Mr. Baku. I'm known as Mr. Vision. My name is Bako, by the way. I'm a Northerner.
Okay.
I help a man.
No, you said there's a noise at the back end. Okay, it's reduced now. Go ahead.
Okay. So I want to start by saying, you see, our politics, especially in the north, you see, Tinubu, yes, he's very accommodative, like your analyst rightfully said. But I want to make it very clear that you see, modern politicians, there is a way we play our politics. Everybody is with him because he's sharing the national cake. It's not as if they want him. They know, these people know what they are doing, especially those politicians in Abuja. They know what they are doing. It's because he's sharing the national cake. When they are done, they start cutting. By 2016, you will see massive defection. They have political choices. They have people they want to follow. They know what they are doing.
All right. Okay, thank you very much. 08036929933. That's the number to call. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello.
Esther, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
My name is Robert.
Mr. Roberts, well done.
Ma, thank you. I greet your guests. Good evening, sirs.
Good evening.
Esther, you see, one thing that I know for sure that this is security that we are crying every day. This country, I am telling you, some people are doing big business with it. If they are not doing business with it, nobody will tell me that in a normal society, bandits will come to a city with their arm, escorted by some uniformed men. They will hold microphone, even they will host meeting with the community with arms and ammunition. And after they have done, they will go back to their abode again. And we have military men, we have soldiers, we have police, we have people looking for them everywhere. Esther, please, what do you call that? Me, I don't understand. I don't see. Sometimes, if I think about the problem of this country, I don't just know what to say. It's like we are just joking, honestly.
All right, thank you, sir. Hello, good evening. Turn down the volume of your radio set, please. Completely. You'll step away from your radio. Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
My name is Mr. Amadi, calling from Ejibo.
Mr. Amadi, welcome. Please go ahead, sir. You have a minute.
Hello?
I can hear you. Have a minute. Go ahead, sir.
Hello?
Mr. Amadi, I can
Go
hear
ahead.
you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Go
Yes. Very well. Okay, I don't think he can hear us. I don't know what the problem is. 08036929933. 08036929933. Hello, good evening, sir. Welcome. Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Welcome, sir. What's your name, please?
My name is Andrew. I'm from Lagos.
Andrew from Lagos.
Yes.
All right, sir. Go ahead.
The talking, it's not a new thing. Every day you do it, and at the same time keep your station going. If not, like the man said, the issue of foreigner, that is just what we need. We don't think we have talked enough. But the fact that who is going to bear the cat? Like the last thing that Amadi said is everybody is going working with his people. Now because of the man, now it's the turn of the Yorubas. When a Igbo man enter now, Igbo son at their turn. Now some man enter son at their turn at the same time. So how we're going to break this chain is the biggest problem we are having right now. But you people that are also at the forefront, for example, now you have been talking for the past 1 hour. We are not.
All right, thank you very much. 08036929933. That's the number to call. 080. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello.
Well done, sir. Welcome. What's your name, sir?
Hello, good evening.
I can hear you, sir. Good evening.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I can
Good
hear
evening.
you. Good evening. I can hear you, sir. Welcome.
My name is Mr. Amadi, calling from Ejibo.
Mr. Amadi, you
Yes,
just called now.
you see, Mr. Ambata is telling the truth that Nigerians are very docile. Because look at what happened in River State. That people are criticizing the way and the manner that Mr. Tinubu did. And not, they just criticize it without taking action. And that is why I'm not blaming Mr. Fuvara. Because when they are saying they're supposed to put action over it.
And since they are not putting action over it, what do you expect Fubara to do? Look at the case of the Northerners and the insecurity. They are taking ties over it. Look at the time of Jonathan. Jonathan was pursuing, taking them away, and they started crying. And the Jonathan are doing what they plans and what happened during Civil War. All these things they are doing, Nigeria, unless we come together and sit down, whether we want to stay together or not, Nigeria cannot move forward. We are not telling ourselves we don't love ourselves. This is the truth. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. I don't think we need to fight for Fubara.
Okay.
I have my reasons. Why? Who was Fubara when Wike was a governor? Was the accountant general? He was being accused of 119 billion naira reckless spending. Where the EFCC were looking for Fubara, he went to hide in one of the house in guest house under Wike cover. So we are not privy to the agreement they have before Fubara become a governor. My problem is Wike should not rub his foolishness on Nigerians' face.
Mr. Frank, I disagree with you. I disagree with you. Nigerians, this you see, sometimes listen. I disagree. We are not fighting for Fubara. We are fighting for our right, our fundamental right, our sovereign power.
The Fubara should show us agreement. They have an agreement.
Forget whatever agreement they are. This is a sovereign power you gave to people, and they are misusing it. You say we should watch them. We are killing this country.
Okay, Mr. Tony.
We cannot.
Wike came out to tell us that he bought ticket for everybody that contests in the
Wait, Mr. Mbata, let me take your mind back to the time of
Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, Esther. How are you doing?
How are you? You've been trying. Thank God.
I'm fine.
Actually. Yeah,
at last. Greetings to your guests.
Greetings.
This is Remy from Akoka.
Remy, welcome.
Yes, I beg to differ with one of your guests that said Tinubu is the most accommodating person.
You're differing with Mr. Frank.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
How can someone be accommodating and be sending talks after people is accommodated? If police is accommodated.
Sending thugs?
Yes.
Which people? Where did you see evidence that the president sent thugs?
Have you not been in Lagos since 1999 till date?
Is it the president himself gone that sent thugs? So
people on behalf of Azilos.
Whose name?
Okay.
Are they mentioning?
Bring evidence.
When he said you should grab it, snatch it,
which evidence?
Run away with it. Who was it talking to?
He said grab it, run with it. He didn't ask you.
Remy, continue.
Who are the people grabbing?
Continue.
Abi, when this what's his name, MC Oluomo was attacking Mama Chinedu, on whose behalf was he doing that?
When Obatu.
Did he tell you that it was the president that sent him message?
Why didn't the most accommodated person come out and debunk or detach himself from such? Did he? I'm asking Esther.
And unfortunately, most of these things, the two might not even be aware. If you know how the presidency works.
What I'm saying.
You said what? I beg to differ. I disagree totally.
Don't also forget that the president once told us very clearly that he doesn't listen to social media.
That's another falsehood.
It is when they bring it to his notice
from the pit of hell.
When they bring it to his notice.
Allow me.
Each time we say the president might not know what is happening, I think you are trying to exonerate him from all is happening. You are trying to. He knows everything. He knows. So, okay, how come he doesn't know this, but the next minute he knows what is happening about this on that same platform? And you believe that narrative that he doesn't know, that it is people around him. So, Tinubu is a baby, Abi. He's a baby. He doesn't know.
Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Calling from Badagry.
What? Okay, go ahead, sir.
I greet all the guests in the house.
Thank you very much.
Now, moving forward, I think we all know the problem of Nigeria, so I don't want to start going there. So, but I appeal, just like what Frank Ayala says, our president. So, I appeal to him to work on food inflation.
Exactly.
By doing what? Number one, remove all the tax on all food and beverages. And maybe for the long term, he should work on insecurity. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Kay, for calling. Let me read a couple of your messages. Good evening, Esther. Good evening to you. How are you? I am fine. Thank you very much. Esther, good evening. Abiodun from Isolo. Just listen to this. My people self, they fear too much. We fear for things we no see. We fear for the air around us. We fear to fight for justice. We fear to fight for freedom. Until we're ready, Fela lives on. Okay? This person says, hold on. If I'm hearing you right, the joggers did what people are doing now and got away with it, but now they want no one to return the same back to them. Look, as long as you guys keep jumping for favor, we will not make any headway. Americana said so. So my advice is that they should what people are doing now, that they should not say any word. And if Buhari brought them, well, Buhari is gone, so they need to go ASAP. Okay, interesting. Saudi Arabia and Qatar are some of the most religious countries in the world. Is poverty and corruption their sickness? So perish that quote of Karl Marx or whatever. I have always been of the stance that Nigerians deserve not paying taxes, especially when they provide all their needs alongside doing government jobs. I was one of those who trashed and called the tax bill nothing but a document of continuous extortion. But because some Nigerians can't see beyond their nose, they celebrated calling it a welcome move, that it would block loopholes and create transparency, that the new bill would take more from the rich and less from the poor, when really it's all about generating more revenue for people in government while creating more poverty for the people. The Tinubu government has come to do the opposite of letting the poor breathe, because they keep two hands in your pockets and two knees on your neck. Come 2026, when the bill is fully implemented, I hope Nigerians wouldn't go deaf over the cries of one another. Tay, I need you to come on this platform to come and help us analyze. All right, Esther, Nigerians are to blame. No need for argument. Who is bearing the brunt of the hardship? Let's call it what it is. Good evening, everyone. Ulu from Egbeda. Good evening, VOP team. Patrick from Oshodi. Do we remember that during elections, the underworld witch doctors request for the president to emerge and rule Nigerians? God is truly true in his holy Bible. The implications of two types of people on seat of power ruling the nation. Nigeria, we must take back our country through our collective effort by getting our PVC and watch and protect our votes in 2027 election. 2025 is a joke, but 2026 will be more terrible since APC is in power. God help us. All right. Good evening, Esther. Esther and his people expected economy to sink to retention, but he didn't. They predicted Naira will hit 3,000 Naira, but they failed. They have started again. God will disappoint enemies of progressives. What's your name? Emmanuel. So one of the progressives heads, Dire Israel, is actually asking for persons like you. To be very important for you to be part of the team. These are the kind of messages that you can, spread across. I think there's a link there, so you can send your CV to him. All right. Good evening, S and all the gentlemen in the studio. Nigerians paying their taxes isn't the problem, but where the money is going to our politicians who loot the taxpayer money bank. It's an overseas bank for their children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. The taxpayers will suffer from all life amenities like no good roads, no pipe-on water, power supply. Our hospitals will be one of the 100 ways to die from Iwoha Ikechuku. Wow, you guys. All right, Mr. Tony Bata, what's your final take?
My final take is that there's an Igbo adage that says, Okuko aranacha ahubebe. Okuko minebu ahubebe aranacha. Meaning that this a fowl, you think you are mad. When you see hawk that is crazy, you will run away. Because Nigerians, we must take back our country. It's not by talking.
Mr. Frank Ayala.
Yeah, my final take is we must take back our country through a democratically laid down procedure.
Thank you very much.
By voting rights, let all listeners go get their voters card. Be prepared to vote your conscience. Not when you collect 10,000 from some group of people. They are sharing fridge now. They are sharing amper on that what is called empowerment. You will collect and tomorrow say Tinubu is bad. Go collect your PVT and be ready to vote your conscience, not on ethnicity, not on religion, but on the competency of who will deliver.
Mr. Lawale Kandara.
The first thing to the emancipation of a group of people is education. Okay. You must also understand that you are being oppressed. You must know the methodology of the oppressor so that you can know the way that you can beat the oppressor, or else you find yourself continuously enslaved for the rest of your life and your children. Now, that is the way. Now, when people talk, don't just attack what they say. Try to see what, education that is embedded in what they are telling you. Saying. Before you can now debunk whether it is right or wrong. Then when you have done that, then it will give you direction and then you take action. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Lawal Ekundaya, Mr. Frank Ayala, Mr. Tony Bata. I sincerely do appreciate you guys coming in today. Mr. Tony Bata, a social media handle?
Chima Mbata, Facebook.
Mr. Frank. Mr. Lawal Ekundaya on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Esther Wachiko on Facebook, Esther was on Instagram, and Esther Wachiko on Twitter, known as Esk. So on Facebook is Esther Wachiko, on Instagram, Esther was ESTANWAZ. And across all our social media handles at VOP 903 FM. Good evening, and thank you for staying with us. See you tomorrow.